Good morning. So happy to be here. I love you, Abraham.
We like it when you love, because when you love, you're tuned into that which is love, and we don't care what you're loving.
Well,
it's nice that you're loving us, but we don't care. But we love that you love.
And I do. I love that you're so patient with us. I love that you're
It's
so
easy.
knowing.
We've seen the end and it's good.
Yeah. I love that you take the time to pick the words.
It's easy because we don't live in a time dimension. So we have all of that in the world.
You're a group of entities. Are we a group of entities too?
Yes, we are all infinite intelligence. We are just more intelligent. We just have less resistance that keeps us from knowing what we know. But we are all infinite intelligence.
I love that you're so playful.
It's easy to be playful when you have no resistance within you.
I love that you have taught us that we make too much of this. And
we love that you heard it.
I did. Why do you always use Esther as your examples and never Jerry? Or not Jerry?
Because he's good and she's bad. Because we have moment-to-moment permission from Esther. Vibrational alignment permission from Esther. That's primarily it. We use Jerry in plenty of examples, and many of you too. They were coming down in the elevator, coming through the service elevator as they come back through the kitchen. And Esther was delighted to see on the 3 service carts that were in the elevator with them, 8 glasses of undrunk milk. Jerry said, it seems that yours was not the only milk that was sour. And Esther said, this is terrible. I've made everyone have sour milk this morning.
The power. How do you talk to Esther?
Well, first, we don't speak to her unless she asks. And when she asks, it is there available for her. But you know, we like this question especially because it speaks to what we were talking about earlier. You cannot be in step 1, the asking mode, and in step 3, the receiving mode at the same time. So Esther has to ask and then find some way of separating herself from the vibration of asking before she can receive. So she is like most of you. Life causes her to ask, and when she is distracted from the vibration of not knowing the answer, then the answer comes. It's like looking for something that you think is lost. You can't find it until you forget that you think it's lost, and then it will turn up for you. It's that same sort of thing. So for Jerry and Esther, often Esther will say to Jerry, I would like to talk to Abraham about this, and this is what I'm feeling about it, and this is really my question about it. And then Jerry will sit and visit with Abraham about it. And then Jerry will either relate it to Esther or they will record it. Or sometimes Esther can type for a little while what she wants to talk about, and then she goes off and does other things, comes into meditation. Then she will get back on her computer and receive the answer and then go back and read it. But it is the same for Esther as it is for any of you. You cannot receive an answer when you're all balled up in the question. In other words, when you're all balled up in the question, that's what's most active within you. A question that feels unanswered doesn't allow an answer. Isn't that interesting? I don't know the answer to this, so I think I'll ask someone, but I don't know the answer to this, so I think I'll ask someone. So the thing that happens with Abraham is that sometimes if you come with a level of expectation of receiving some clarity, then we can build a sort of bridge between your question and your receiving the answer. But you certainly do not need us for the answers to your questions. Life will give them to you. You can't ask without it becoming immediately vivid in your vibrational reality. So the question that you're asking is, how does someone get from a reality that's full of a question to the vibrational reality that's full of the answer? And we say meditation helps. You stop your thoughts, so you stop resistance, and then you can vibrate more in the vicinity. That's why many people in meditation receive answers, because you stop the thought that hasn't been letting the answer come, you see. Yes. What more?
How did she close the gap? You were talking about the refrigerator, if I could go back. I have stuff that's not coming yet either, and I'm doing the same thing. I have.
Let's talk about this because
Okay.
this is really important. And let's start with the idea that something that is real in your life, and sometimes it's something significant. A noisy refrigerator isn't in the scheme of things, but sometimes it's something that's significant that's bothering you. So you're giving your attention to this thing that's bothering you, and in doing so, you're training yourself into a vibration that matches this thing that's bothering you. You don't mean to. You think you're exploring it. You think you're debating it. You think you're evaluating it. But what you're really doing by attention to anything is training yourself into a vibrational pattern about it. And law of attraction is complicit in that. When you give your attention to something, you're going to get stuff like it. So it's easy to keep that ball rolling, whether it's something you want or something that you don't want. You see, anything that happens isn't about what you think it's about. It's not about that person. It's not about what's happening there. It's about a vibration that you've got going on within you that person and that relationship just demonstrates to you in a more vivid way, you see.
So that's just cleaning up the vibration by
That's
just
what cleaning
pulling
up
it
the
back,
vibration
pulling it
is.
back.
Yes,
That's
just by
brilliant.
reaching for the thought that feels better, but
Yeah.
not reaching for it in a lazy way, reaching for it in a determined way, trying to improve the way you feel. And you see, this is the thing that Esther and others will say. Esther will say, but Abraham, I'm not making this up. It's true. And we'll say there are all kinds of things that are true that you don't want to achieve vibrational alignment with. And there are all kinds of things that are true that you would like to achieve vibrational alignment with. Be particular about what you give your attention to. But don't try to sort it out in the thought world. It will drive you crazy. Sort it out in the emotional world. Choose your thoughts based upon how they feel, we say to Esther. Don't use the truth of it as the criteria. Use the feeling of it as the criteria. But it's interesting to watch Esther. She's been listening to us for a long time. All kinds of things. A woman was trying to counsel her the other day about something like that, and Esther wanted to pick up the book and say, I know, I wrote that here. She knows it. You all know it, but you've got to practice it personally. And until you care how you feel, you have no platform for improvement. You've got to care how you feel. So you just don't go there because that doesn't feel good, whether it's true or not. I just don't go there because it doesn't feel good. But I take that subject and I go there. That feels better.
So the other T word, the time word, because I've been working diligently on how I feel and what my emotions are, and
Let's talk about time, because time is one of the major shortages that people feel. Don't have enough time. It puts pressure on you about the behavior that you can wedge into time. And if you could feel the power of this vibrational reality, and you could let it call you and you could focus there, you would discover a powerful leverage that would make time nearly irrelevant. Think about it for this reason. So you're banging around, things aren't going well, but you're asking for something better. And it's already been assimilated. It's already been amassed. It's already done. So in the moment that you get inside the vortex, you're going to have an instant manifestation. That's a good use of time. Instant is a good use of time. You see. So if you hover in appreciation and hopefulness, then you're not far from the universe being able to deliver to you stuff that you want. Haven't you wondered why there are people that are masters at things, powerful people? Don't you find an enormous disconnect between what some people earn in an hour and what other people earn in an hour? There's just not enough competence or charts of awards on the wall to justify the financial variance in what people earn. It's got to be something other than activity. It's got to be something other than college degrees. It's about being in the right place at the right time, which means it's about getting inside your vortex, which means it's about being in vibrational alignment with what you've created, which means it's about releasing of resistance, which means it's allowing yourself to live what you've been creating over a period of time. The leverage of time is only experienced when you get inside your vortex. And if you're outside your vortex, that feeling of not being able to go fast enough, it is a vivid feeling that you feel because you're not seeing this situation through the eyes of the total you that knows how well it could go. Have you ever had an experience where in the midst of something, it's like everything went into slow motion, where you were afforded the ability to offer precise behavior in order to get the outcome that you wanted? Time is a perceptual thing. And when you get inside your vortex, you will not feel time shortedness, because when you're vibrationally up to speed with what you have created, you'll be flying at the same speed that it is. Others will find you amazing, but you will not feel the difference. It's like if you're in an airplane at 50,000 feet going 600 miles across the sky, and you're looking out at the landscape below and everything's just floating along, looks wonderful, all calm and nice, but put that same aircraft on the ground, white knuckle. And so when you get into vibrational alignment with this vortex, time becomes irrelevant. You do not have time shortages. Do you know what it feels like when you're inside this vortex? You have an idea and the universe yields it to you. You say, wouldn't it be nice if? And the universe says, like that? And you say, yeah, exactly like that. In fact, that's even better than I was even thinking about. Now, who put the stuff in the vortex? You did. That's why we know you're going to like it when you get in there. You put it there. But here's a bulletin for you. The combination of all the stuff you put in there, when it's all melded together, it's millions of times better than any individual component that you put there. That's why sometimes you have to feel your way there. You can't think your way there. You have to feel your way there. So, in the same way that a lot of people are using that rascal as their current excuse to not be who they really are, you could use wonderful things as your current excuse to be who you really are. How did you get trained to be such problem solvers? Oh, let's give this to you. You are not the problem solver. You're the problem maker. Hear it. It's good. You're not the problem solver. You're the problem maker, which means you're the solution maker, but you are the solution allower. You're not the solution maker. You're the solution allower. You cannot solve a problem. You can allow the answer, but you can't solve a problem. Ooh, let that be meaningful. Because Esther, bless her heart, she was going to solve the problem of this refrigerator. Little did she know she was going to just drag its equivalent everywhere she goes. It seems like I should be able to wrestle this to the ground and kill it, doesn't it? I should be able to solve this problem. But the whole basis is a flawed basis. You didn't come as problem solvers. You came as expanders. You came as creators of better experience. So the problem sets the better experience in motion. Now let the problem, which set the better experience in motion, let it go. It served its purpose. Don't go back and try to mine it for justification or for your sense of worthiness. Don't try to mine the problem. The problem served its purpose. Give your undivided attention now to the solution. And time will never be a problem for you again. Because when you look forward, forward is expansive. Forward is freeing. Forward is where all of the energy that creates worlds is. Forward is intoxicating. Forward, there's plenty of air in there. Forward is where infinite intelligence is. Forward is where all the good ideas are. Everything that you want is that way, you say. It's in the vortex. Look in that direction. Thank you. Yes.